everyone, it's Heather, and I'm here with a process video, and I am doing an 8.5 by 11. This is my first ever 8.5 by 11. I was very inspired by Teresa. Her YouTube name is Crafty Mama ML on YouTube, and her and I have been chatting, and we have a lot in common. And she has really inspired me with her layouts, and I've decided to try to do an 8.5 by 11. I've never done an album for me of just pictures of me and people. They've always been albums of my daughter's life, and obviously I'm in some of the pictures, and then pictures of just me and my husband. So I've never done any of like albums or layouts of my friends and I or my family and I. So I decided that I'm going to do an album of my friends, my family, an album of me. So I'm super excited. And the 8.5 by 11, I was a little intimidated by it because I've never done it before. But I already had all this stuff in my stash. I already had 8.5 by 11 paper that I bought probably 6 months ago when it was on sale at, I think, AC Moore or Michael's. I can't remember. So anyways, here I am. It's a little dark in the room because it's nighttime when I'm filming this. I have all my lights on in the room, so I apologize for the lighting. But I fiddle around with the layering. I'm using Project Life cards that I've had in my stash. And this picture is of my mother and I. My mom's the blonde, and I'm the darker haired person. And this picture is, I want to say, probably 2 or 3 years old. And I just absolutely love it. It's a really good picture of my mom and I both. And I really love it. We both look really good in it. So, like I said, here I am just layering some cards, cutting them and layering them. I'm really not a big layer person. I'm not very good at it, and I struggle with this. I really do. I struggle to make it look right, and I feel like some people just make it look so easy and super simple, and oh, I just cut some paper and threw it here, and then I just did the same, but I'm not very good at it. So, like I said, I struggled with it. So the colors that I'm using in this layout are obviously like the aqua teal color, and then cream, like a creamy white kind of, and then black, and then navy blue. I have a couple pops of the navy, and then I have a couple pops of the black and white. And I cut some little banner strips out of some of the papers. I made this little embellishment here, the one that says love it with a little banner on it. I made that, and I'm bringing in some silver as well. So I've got some silver glitter paper at the top. It's like a little banner, or with a scalloped edge, I guess. And then on the little embellishment that I made that says love it, has a silver heart behind the love it. And I'll bring in some more silver for the title. So I have like an old hunk, like a chunk of a dictionary. I don't even know where the whole thing is. I tore it up years ago when I used to be in a very vintagey scrapbooking kind of style. And I still have a little bit of it sitting here, and I was playing with it, making some embellishments this weekend, and so I decided to use that. So I just tore up a page and kind of put it, layered it behind the photo, and I wanted to use this doily, but it is like super bright white, and I put it behind the photo mat, and it just looked way too white with the old dictionary pages. They're kind of like, they're old, so they're, more of a, like a yellow, not yellow, but you know what I mean, like they're vintage. So I grabbed my tea dye distress ink and my little blending tool, and I kind of just threw some of that on there, and now it matches perfectly. It doesn't look out of place, and it kind of fits in with it. I grabbed my little stapler here, and I'm just going to go ahead and staple the doily to the two dictionary pages so they're together and not falling apart. And then I'm going to put the adhesive on here. And let me tell you guys, the ATG, I complained about it a couple videos ago. I'm sorry that I was complaining, but I was just very frustrated with it. It must have just been that pack that I got, because I got another one, or I opened another one. I have a whole bunch here on hand that I got when they were on sale. And this one seems to work perfect. Like, it just glides right on. No problems. And I just changed it today, so I've had no problems with it. So it must have just been that one batch. I've heard that some other people were having problems with it, so maybe there was just a bad batch somewhere or something. So here's the silver scallop, and I have a die cutting machine. I have a Sizzix Big Shot Pro, and then I also have the Cricut Explorer. But I used my Sizzix to cut the scalloped silver paper, and that was some scraps that I had as well. And I made these little banners, like I said, and I just stapled them all together so they would all stay right how I wanted them. And then I'm going to put these scallop circles over, or the scalloped edge over top the banners. And I really, really like the way this looks. Let me tell you guys, like I said in the beginning, I was very intimidated with the 8.5 by 11 because all I've ever done is 12 by 12. And I had so much fun with this layout. It just came together so lovely, and I really, really enjoyed the process. And it was fun, and I really like the way it turns out in the end. So I'm really happy that I was inspired by Teresa to try this out, and now I'm gonna do a whole album just of me. Well, not just of me, but me and my family and friends. I have these, I think they're Maggie Holmes. I don't know what collection they're from, but pretty much all her collections, color-wise kind of match. And the Project Life cards are Maggie Holmes, and then the background paper that I have is a Maggie Holmes paper as well. So, I use these little photo corners from the pack, and, yeah, so I'm going to use this circle element and put that down there. And these chipboard pieces are really thick. So I'm going to have to put this picture and everything and all the layers up on Pop Dots. Because it's, like I said, super thick chipboard. So I'm going to, you'll see me here try to see, because I don't want to put a Pop Dot, where I'm going to place it on top of this little circle frame. So I was kind of lifting it up and figuring out where I needed to put the Pop Dots. So you'll see me fuss around with that for a minute and just stick those down. And I actually end up taking one off because I kind of moved it over and I didn't really like the placement of it. So you'll see here in a second that I have to remove one and then put another one kind of just off a little bit to the side because it was right on top of the frame because I wanted to move it just a little bit. I swear, all these little pieces off of the Pop Dots, they always stick to my fingers, and they're not sticky, it's like the static. They just don't want to let go of me. They just hang on. And here I am taking it off, the Pop Dot that I messed up. I put it on top of the frame, so it didn't really work. So I had to put a new one on. And then it looks good. And then my little homemade embelly. I had a lot of fun making these. I did a video, I think yesterday, of the ones I made this weekend, and then I made some more today, and this is one of the ones that I made today. And it was a lot of fun and a good way to use up your scraps. Super, super fun. And I came up with some different ones, and then a lot of them kind of look the same. But that's okay. I had to stop the video because it was time to eat dinner. And now I'm back. So I grabbed these glitter silver thickers. And like I said, you can't really see the silver on the scallop or on the little embellishment that I made because the lighting's not that great. But there is silver in this layout. So this is not the only silver in the layout. I've been so in love with gold, and I really am in love with gold. I love gold, but I have a lot of silver stuff as well. And I just don't use it that often, and I really should because it's really pretty. So I'm going to use some of that. And then this amber sand is from the same chipboard collection from the Maggie Holmes that you saw earlier. It is really, really big, and it takes up a lot of room. But in the end, I really like the way that it turns out. I love this size. I'm so surprised that I do. I mean, I like the way that Teresa's always looks, but I just never thought that I, could work with this small space because I'm so used to working with a bigger space. But I really do enjoy it. So I'm glad that I tried it out. So people out there that do 12 by 12s, this is really fun. And I think it's going to obviously take up less space album-wise on my bookshelf because it's going to be a smaller album. I have to go get an album, and I have to get some page protectors because I don't have any this size. So these little silver butterflies are also from when I punched out of scrap paper when I was making my own embellishments. I had a lot left over. I'm actually going to send some to a friend, and like I said, there were so many. I punched out so many hearts and butterflies and circles and scallop circles and banners and just a lot. So I had a lot left over. So I'm just kind of scattering these all over the page and using my glossy accents to put those down. And that is going to be it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by to watch. There's going to be some stills at the end, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you guys so much. Bye.